Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
We know how important your company is to the community.
Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Welcome to Louisiana and beyond. Today we take a first look at the Coastal Center at Nicholls State University, the intellectual, economic, and cultural heart of the Louisiana coastal community.
Martin, the facility provides scientific and engineering solutions for Louisiana's coast and the next generation of coastal scientists.
Tonight we'll talk with Dr. John Doucet, Nicholls Dean of Science and Technology, and Laci Melancon, Executive Director of the Coastal Center.
And these guests will give us an inside look at the progress, the challenges, and the future of South Louisiana's coastline.
So stay with us. We're just getting started. There's a lot to see.
Louisiana and Beyond is brought to you in part by Edison Schwest Offshore, Bollinger Shipyards, Crosby Tugs LLC, Grand Isle Shipyard, Nicholls State University, and Sea Level Construction.
In a world where you can choose to be anything, who do you choose to be? At Nicholls State University, with over 70 distinct degree programs, we believe our students can be anything. Be an artist, a chef, a journalist, an educator, a lifesaver. But no matter what you choose to be a colonel. Be more at Nicholls State University.
Edison Schwest Offshore is more than a fleet. We're an interconnected network of vessels, logistics hubs, and a fast-growing workforce of over 19,000 dedicated professionals across the globe. From the United States to Brazil and the Middle East to Southeast Asia, Schwest provides cutting-edge solutions to a worldwide community. And in the face of evolving demands across the industry, we are committed to operating as the best in the world.
When it comes to marine towing, Crosby Tugs has over 40 years of experience. We have the know-how to safely assist ships into and out of their berths, escort oil tankers quickly and safely, tow ships, respond to fuel spills, and work in extreme conditions. Founded in 1977 by Vinton and Kurt Crosby, we are one of the largest privately owned marine transportation businesses in the industry. If it's on the water, let Crosby be your transporter.
At GIS, putting people first has always been our thing. As we always say, our people are our most important assets. With over 20 office locations, we deliver innovative solutions across 4 key markets: energy, industrial, infrastructure, and power. Our 4 main service groups house over 20 service capabilities, supporting projects from start to finish. We're proud of our legacy and even more excited about what's ahead.
Welcome to Bollinger Shipyards. For nearly a century, our family of skilled shipbuilders has driven innovation and excellence, creating some of the world's most advanced vessels. Today, we are at the forefront of our industry and redefining the future of naval warfare. At Bollinger, we turn challenges into opportunities and careers into legacies. Here, you're part of something bigger. Any yard can build a ship. We don't just build ships. Together, we're building the future.
We're digging deeper into the Coastal Center at Nicholls State University, how this facility is helping to protect our coast.
And we begin with Laci Melancon, the Executive Director of the Coastal Center, who shows off the facility for the first time.
And later, we'll hear from Dr. John Doucet, Nicholls Dean of Science and Technology, and others, giving their take on the work to protect our coastline.
It's about protecting the land, the water, and the people who call this coast home.
So the Coastal Center actually dates back to around 2019. And CPRA, along with some other local legislators, including former Senator Brett Allen, came together and determined that there needed to be an applied research center close to the coast. Started having conversations with Nicholls State University and landed here to build this type of facility. So we have 40,000 square feet facility that has 3 different components. It has a conference center. Dr. Doucet talked about our conference center and the capability of bringing so many outside people in. We have an educational and operational component kind of in the center of the facility, and then we have about 10,000 square foot of research space dedicated to research to support CPRA's master plan.
You know, we're the closest university to the coast. We've measured that. We took diagonals from every university and got to the nearest coastline, and we're the closest to the coast. The people that live on the coast are here. 87% of all our students for the past 75 plus years come from coastal parishes. That's almost 90%. I don't think any other university can claim that. So it's important for the state to recognize that this is the place where we need to build this sort of facility to get scientists here, nearby, on the ground, where the coastal situation is. So it's incredibly significant. And let me add something else. So the center of coastal activity, but we're also the economic, intellectual, and cultural center, right? That, interestingly enough, derives from a previous administration when we were trying to brand our university in a committee, and we all said we need to include the term cultural in here. Because we talk about economics, we talk about scholarship, we talk about a university, but we need to put in writing, we've always been a cultural center for the area, but we need to put in writing, we need to put in our motto, in our language, in our PR language, that we're the cultural center as well. And that's incredibly important. When you lose land, you lose opportunity, you lose people, you lose culture. While we're protecting land, we should be protecting culture as well. So that's why that's important.
So the Coastal Center itself, we've had different phases of construction. So originally, we have this 40,000 square foot facility that we are currently still undergoing construction. We have 5,000 square feet of space upstairs. That's going to be a suite for the Governor's Office of Coastal Activities, as well as CPRA's Thibodeaux Regional Field Office will be moving in. That construction will finish around the end of May of next year. And because we've essentially outgrown the center before I even moved in, we will be building an annex facility behind here. It'll be about 10 to 15,000 square feet. It will have some support services to the center here, but it will also house some classroom space and laboratories for our engineering programs.
This building is going to be occupied by, amongst other things, research students and students collaborating with the agencies upstairs like BITNIP and Restore a Retreat. They're going to get that education. They'll be doing research here in biological and other areas. When engineering faculty need to do that kind of research, and when engineers are occupying those laboratories, the students will get that kind of experience as well. But we're going to quickly run out of space. So we're building annexes to this building where those will be specifically engineering places for engineering training.
So the Coastal Center has several objectives, and one of the objectives is to be a collaboration hub between local, regional, state, and federal entities. Dr. Doucet kind of touched upon that with some of the organizations we have in the center. One of the objectives of ours is to recruit new students, inspire new students to come here to Nicholls State University, not just in our science and technology programs, but also if you think about the programs that Nicholls State University has with regards to our education program, our mass comm departments, our business departments. There's even that cultural component that we have heavily focused here in the center. So if you look at some of our, sociology programs or students that are attending here for psychology programs, all of those different programs can feed into some of the coastal issues we have here in South Louisiana. We have outward migration, having some students do some research or maybe look into reasons why people are migrating outward and why they aren't staying here in coastal Louisiana. So there's a multitude of programs that we offer here other than the science and technology programs that feed into those advocates, coastal advocates and coastal, proponents for different programs.
Biological sciences have been big for a long period of time, and they've been the most active in cultural activities over the past years. For the first time ever, they're developing a coastal curriculum. It's going to be called Coastal Ecology. So students will be able to come here down the street to the biology building and in this building to do their research and their coursework, to work on coastal things. And we can all call it engineering because it's all applied sciences, which is the definition of engineering. So whether it's coastal engineering or coastal ecology, it's going to be part of their learning.
So we're absolutely here to recruit new students in our engineering program, other programs we have here at the university, and by doing so, we're going to do that through our educational exhibit space. We have about 6,000 square feet dedicated here in the center, and we're hoping to bring busloads of kids. Our target age range is 8 to gray, essentially, but we want to get those young minds in here and start inspiring them to be interested in coastal Louisiana. A lot of our generations of our coastal heroes and people that have been involved in this work for a multitude of years are getting older, and we want to make sure that we're training a qualified workforce for the future to continue this work that needs to be done for coastal Louisiana.
At GIS, putting people first has always been our thing. As we always say, our people are our most important assets. With over 20 office locations, we deliver innovative solutions across 4 key markets: energy, industrial, infrastructure, and power. Our 4 main service groups house over 20 service capabilities, supporting projects from start to finish. We're proud of our legacy and even more excited about what's ahead.
Welcome to Bollinger Shipyards. For nearly a century, our family of skilled shipbuilders has driven innovation and excellence, creating some of the world's most advanced vessels. Today, we are at the forefront of our industry and redefining the future of naval warfare. At Bollinger, we turn challenges into opportunities and careers into legacies. Here, you're part of something bigger. Any yard can build a ship. We don't just build ships. Together, we're building the future.
When it comes to marine towing, Crosby Tugs has over 40 years of experience. We have the know-how to safely assist ships into and out of their berths, escort oil tankers quickly and safely, tow ships, respond to fuel spills, and work in extreme conditions. Founded in 1977 by Vinton and Kurt Crosby, we are one of the largest privately owned marine transportation businesses in the industry. If it's on the water, let Crosby be your transporter.
Sea Level Construction is a heavy civil contractor that provides turnkey services for the industrial and marine industries. From building large-scale infrastructure to installing the foundation for expansion projects, Sea Level and its family of companies offer a wide range of capabilities including driven piles, drilled deep foundations, structural fabrication, structural concrete, marine construction, barge maintenance and repair, site work development, heavy equipment repair services, and electrical services. Call Sea Level Construction to set the foundations for your next big project.
Edison Schwest Offshore is more than a fleet. We're an interconnected network of vessels, logistics hubs, and a fast-growing workforce of over 19,000 dedicated professionals across the globe. From the United States to Brazil and the Middle East to Southeast Asia, Schwest provides cutting-edge solutions to a worldwide community. And in the face of evolving demands across the industry, we are committed to operating as the best in the world.
Next, we continue with Dr. John Doucet, Dean of Science and Technology at Nicholls, and Laci, Melancon, Executive Director of the Coastal Center.
And they're going to show us how the Coastal Center and Nicholls State University are bringing together students, engineers, and scientists to help protect Louisiana's coast.
So let me put myself in the position of thinking of when I was a student, thinking of what I was going to do as a career. Interested in my grandpa's fishing or interested in my dad's oil drilling and seeing boats and barges come up the bayou every day from my front porch. This place, this new building would be everything I would ever have wanted, right? So we're talking about coastal erosion, we're talking about Grand Isle and the smell of the beach, we're talking about Cheniere Caminada and the history, we're talking about Port Fouchon. All those things that excited me as a kid or excited generations of people. We're going to address all the concerns of all the folks that ever lived down the bayou and watched all the marshland and all the Chenieres die and go away. This place would have been everything I ever wanted. I would have come here in 2 seconds. So hopefully the next generation will do the same, right?
So there's little nuances built into the entire facility. Actually, there was a committee of about 25 people that put a lot of thought and effort into components that would go into the Coastal Center here at Nicholls State University, and one of which is the tree that if you're passing in front of the building, you may see this little 6-foot oak tree out front, but essentially that oak tree is the son of Goliath. So Goliath was the largest oak tree on Grand Isle, and Goliath has recently been cut down since Ida. It was damaged for Hurricane Ida, but our students and faculty grew this oak tree from Goliath and essentially had it here on campus, and we decided to place it here in the Coastal Center for two purposes. One, to showcase resiliency of our coastal communities, but two, we know that that tree is genetically resilient to saltwater inundations because it came specifically from Grand Isle. So in partnership with that and another initiative we're doing at the university farm, we are actually growing an oak grove of oak trees that we know are genetically saltwater resistant. So that little tree that is in our front yard here at the Coastal Center has a lot more meaning than you would know just by passing along the street. Eventually we'll have a little plaque out there recognizing exactly what the tree is. So it's just one of those little things that was thought about and really put great effort into making sure we are representative of coastal Louisiana.
So you're talking about education and what this is going to offer the students. We have multiple components inside this building. We're right in front of the conference center. We've had conferences here already, despite the fact that we haven't officially opened yet. Students are going to get the experience of having experts from around the state and around the world here in this conference center. Value added to their education outside the classroom. There are research laboratories, thousands of square feet of a variety of laboratories in this building. So they're going to be able to do practical, high-impact work that's going to be associated with their curricula and their classroom learning. There's also agencies upstairs. We're going to have CPRA. We already have BITNIP and Restore a Retreat. They can do internships and watch these people work and understand the other side besides the science of what's involved in coastal restoration. So we have a one-stop shop. This is going to be a nexus of coastal education and coastal activity. We're happy to have it, and the students are going to be impressed. They're going to have a lot of opportunities here.
So we do have a multitude of agencies that will be housed in this facility, and we may not always agree upon, the science-based approach versus advocacy versus, some of the things that the organizations within this facility will do. But at the end of the day, we're all fighting for a common solution, and that is to save coastal Louisiana. Some of us may not get there in the same ways, and that's absolutely okay. But having that common goal of preserving our coast, saving our coast with protection and marsh creation projects, those sorts of things. At the end of the day, we're all here to make sure that future generations are able to live here for years to come.
So what do we hope comes out of this building is a greater attention to coastal issues, both cultural, both scientific, both economic, both land-based and water-based. Through research and data-driven decisions, we hope we get more attention to the coast of Louisiana, especially in southeast Louisiana where we're standing right now. That's part of the education of our students. We hope we get more students. We hope we get new scientists and new stewards of the coast that are being trained here, and hopefully we'll make everyone more aware of the situation. Hopefully we'll create better opportunities to help restore and protect what's left of the coast and the culture.
My biggest dream for the Coastal Center, essentially, I have so many, honestly. The sky's the limit. That's the great thing about being in a facility that's brand new. There's no rule book, there's no instruction book. You sit and you have those conversations, kind of like at grandma's table. You put all those ideas together and then you shoot for the stars. So ultimately, I would like the center to have busloads of kids just coming through here. I'd like to see Nicholls enrollment increase, specifically with some of those programs we talked about earlier that can all feed into coastal type jobs. I hope that people walk through this building and become inspired to do something and to give back. And most importantly, I hope many different future generations just stay and live here. This is a great place to live, great place to be. So I hope this place really inspires people that we do have hope, we do have solutions, we are working on those solutions, and it's worthy of staying here.
Edison Schwest Offshore is more than a fleet. We're an interconnected network of vessels, logistics hubs, and a fast-growing workforce of over 19,000 dedicated professionals across the globe. From the United States to Brazil and the Middle East to Southeast Asia, Schwest provides cutting-edge solutions to a worldwide community. And in the face of evolving demands across the industry, we are committed to operating as the best in the world.
When it comes to marine towing, Crosby Tugs has over 40 years of experience. We have the know-how to safely assist ships into and out of their berths, escort oil tankers quickly and safely, tow ships, respond to fuel spills, and work in extreme conditions. Founded in 1977 by Vinton and Kurt Crosby, we are one of the largest privately owned marine transportation businesses in the industry. If it's on the water, let Crosby be your transporter.
Sea-Level Construction is a heavy civil contractor that provides turnkey services for the industrial and marine industries. From building large-scale infrastructure to installing the foundation for expansion projects, Sea-Level and its family of companies offer a wide range of capabilities including driven piles, drilled deep foundations, structural fabrication, structural concrete, marine construction, barge maintenance and repair, site work development, heavy equipment repair services, and electrical services. Call Sea-Level Construction to set the foundations for your next big project.
At GIS, putting people first has always been our thing. As we always say, our people are our most important assets. With over 20 office locations, we deliver innovative solutions across 4 key markets: energy, industrial, infrastructure, and power. Our 4 main service groups house over 20 service capabilities, supporting projects from start to finish. We're proud of our legacy and even more excited about what's ahead.
Welcome to Bollinger Shipyards. For nearly a century, our family of skilled shipbuilders has driven innovation and excellence, creating some of the world's most advanced vessels. Today, we are at the forefront of our industry and redefining the future of naval warfare. At Bollinger, we turn challenges into opportunities and careers into legacies. Here, you're part of something bigger. Any yard can build a ship. We don't just build ships. Together, we're building the future.
It's not what we think of the Coastal Center, it's what the experts think about the Coastal Center. Let's listen in.
It's very exciting. I'm a Nicholls graduate twice, so I love the school, I love the facility, I love the focus on coastal Louisiana. I think that it's super important for future generations to realize the world we live in and the challenges that brings to live here. And we need future leaders. We need to educate our students and our parish and our state about what it means to live here and how do we sustain our coastal environment and what importance we have to not only Louisiana but to the entire country. So it's not just a matter of the good food that we have, it's a matter of protecting our environment, which also in turn protects the whole country and national security, right? So I mean, this is like a big a big facility that's going to educate the future leaders, and that's super important. I think that that's something that needs to be taught. It needs to resonate through our students.
I think it's fantastic because it creates us some opportunities, some visibility we wouldn't have had otherwise. When I was first asked, about what about the Coastal Center? What do you think this building should have in it? So my whole idea on the Coastal Center was to push things in an applied research point of view, so that those of us who are trying to build this protection and restoration can do it with less.
So it's really exciting to have this building up on the campus of Nicholls. And, as an employer, it's extremely hard to get the talent that we need to do the things we do down here. And that is really, and having engineering starting to become a reality at Nicholls is super important for this industry. I mean, and I think as a community, we notice, that sometimes there's distressing signals, in the community about, people leaving and people leaving Louisiana. These types of things are so necessary to bring people in. And, I mentioned earlier to you when private about my nephews starting to come to work, and but we want more people. We want people from all over coming in and lending their expertise. And having that engineering and coastal center at Nicholls is super important.
I think having a coastal center at Nicholls State University now, it gives us the great opportunity to bring these coastal issues and the importance of it to a bigger regional spotlight, to show the importance to the Louisiana State University system, to Nicholls investors, to our local community, why it's important to take the great minds that we have that have been born and raised here and love this place, and to keep them here, to educate them locally, so that they can live and work and learn in this coastal environment, so that they're best poised to protect their families and their community and their culture in the future.
But I think the building of the coastal building is going to be a big thing. I think having an office here, an office in Lafayette at UL like they have at those two universities, we ought to be doing those programs. And I think that again, that was why I wanted. When I started my own engineering company, I felt like having a local engineer from down here with coastal guy was important. I still think it is. I think the fishing, we all inheritance of our oil and gas and physical and fishermen is where we all started. My grandfather was trapping on both sides of my family. We came from the bayous. Okay, so who is better to do that? Okay, just like the boat business stuck to this area, I think the coastal engineering piece ought to do the same thing. And so I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be something that's going to hopefully grow. And Nicholls, there's no reason why Nicholls shouldn't be the center of a lot of work that's going to be done.
They have a lot greater program coming to this area than we really know about, with all of the knowledge that we can put out from our experience of being so close to the coast, and everybody working in, on all these big, large supply boats and everything else. That I think we got a whole tradition to expand out into the coastal areas, that Mississippi may jump on board, Texas. I think they got a bunch of collaboration going with the Coastal Center that bring a lot more efficiency in filling those jobs.
Well, I think it just reemphasizes the focus on coastal issues in Louisiana and the need for professionals in this area. We talked earlier about I guess my career path and migrating into this area before it was a thing. So I think it's a wonderful investment by the state of Louisiana at the Nicholls campus. I think it's going to reemphasize the focus on these issues and truthfully show some of our local folks that there is a career field that's related to something that they probably hold near and dear to their heart anyway, right? So having that at Nicholls is really a benefit to our community. I know that Nicholls is going to work with some other institutions, some other education institutions around the state as they operate there, but I think Nicholls is the best place for it. There's no reason for it to be somewhere else in the state of Louisiana besides in the coastal zone.
Today, we've seen how the Coastal Center at Nicholls State University is becoming a hub for science, innovation, and real-world solutions for Louisiana's coast.
From hands-on research to educating the next generation of coastal scientists and engineers, this work is shaping how our communities prepare for the future.
It's progress driven by people who understand what's at stake, and it's just one part of the story we'll continue to follow.
Thanks for watching Louisiana and Beyond. More stories are coming, and we're going to see you next time.
Louisiana and Beyond has been brought to you in part by Edison Schwest Offshore, Bollinger Shipyards, Crosby Tugs LLC, Grand Isle Shipyard, Nicholls State University, and Sea Level Construction.